John Lennon's Imagine is a monstrosity. It's a moral, musical monstrosity. This is the single worst song in human history. It's pretentious. It's garbagey. The morality that it spouts is just spew. It's moral spew. It's worse than that. It's not just nonsensical. There's a sense to it. There is a sense, but it's so deeply immoral and deeply evil. And yet it's put over this kind of pretentious, these long, pretentious piano chords.
Oh, yeah.
And him singing meaningfully.
Listen in.
And anybody who believes the crap in this song, you should never have any sort of conversation with them. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your brain power.
My sermon this morning is the song Imagine in light of the Bible. I was sitting in a restaurant the other day, and I heard the famous song Imagine by John Lennon playing on the radio in the restaurant, and I just thought about how foolish and wicked and ungodly that song is.
I do not like the song Imagine, and I bemoan the fact that it seems to have become something of a secular anthem. Imagine there's no heaven, no absolute moral criterion, no way.
In the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a clergyman. Because I gotta tell you the truth, folks. I gotta tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest. Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what side of the world you're in. I'm HalfLifeSistah, and this is my hubby Wolfgang.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome to my channel and to another episode of Sister and the Wolf Reaction. We're back, baby, with another patron request.
That's right. HalfLifeSistah.com for the merch.
You know it.
For the earrings. You get the boutique there as well. Support us on Patreon if you're not doing so already. Just a heads up, because I know I'm posting this in November. The Patreon is not closing, but we are no longer taking requests at the end of this year.
Yes.
So if you've been thinking about making a request and you want to join one of our top tiers to do that, this is your last month, guys.
It is.
We've got 100
plus
backlog.
Yes, we do.
And we can no longer take paid requests. We have to sleep at night, and the stress is getting a little too much.
It was a lot.
So we've decided that the Patreon is simply now just for support. We're going to get through the 100 that we have over the next year. Once we're done, we will reevaluate and then see where we go from there. Yes. But we've got way too many, so that's it for the request for now. So thank you everyone who's been supporting us.
Thank you so much for being so loving, so kind,
requesting.
so patient. Like, really though.
We're getting all of them though, don't worry.
Yes, we are.
And I'll probably put at the end of this reaction a list of what's coming up.
Why gonna do
so
that?
People just a taste of things to come, so people can get excited. I guess I don't know, something to look forward to, right?
Yes.
Now, one of those wonderful patrons is Ecowarriorprincess.
Yes.
And she is a very big Jarkko fan. I don't think
I don't think there's no other fan that's bigger than she.
I think anyone who watches reaction channels but knows this by now.
They will know. Anyone that watches a Jarkko Ahola reaction would know about her.
I think she's 90% of all Jarkko requests right now, maybe 100.
All of them. Oh, you mean all on YouTube?
Yeah.
I think so.
Which is lovely.
Yeah.
And
hi, baby.
She's got us doing Imagine. Hello. Thank you for this request again.
Yes.
And I saw your next request. That's going to be fun too. We got a Ave Maria versus.
So you down for it?
I'm down for that. Of course.
Okay.
but with Imagine. This is an interesting time. I think what she's doing right now is we've got several things going on. This is the 50th anniversary of the song Imagine.
Oh, it is.
It was written back in 1971. So this is its 50-year anniversary. I think they did a reissue of it.
Okay.
There's also a Beatles documentary coming out that goes over their last project together before they broke up.
So that's what she'd been talking about then.
Yeah. This is all happening this month.
She wanted to come out before the Beatles or around the time of the Beatles.
Right.
You are so cool.
So yeah, this is kind of a coordinated effort, and it makes sense. I get what you're doing here.
So sweet.
It was Jarkko's birthday. We celebrated his birthday.
Yeah, we celebrated.
So just a lot going on for everyone involved here. So it kind of makes sense that we're doing this, and we're doing two things today. We're doing his official video that's on his channel. But we're also doing a live version.
Right, which is shot by Ecowarriorprincess.
That she shot herself with her cell phone. Apparently it was the first... Let me read what she said here. The Imagine music video from Jarkko's channel, the first one we're going to do right now, is the live instrumental from the Christmas concert, and then Jarkko recorded vocals over that. The live video, which is the one that she shot, is his first performance of Imagine to a live audience in a real concert, as far as she's aware of anyway. So,
I think if she says it, I believe it and I receive it.
Because I would think she would have gone to...
She would know exactly.
It was his first concert for the year after all of the lockdowns. And I think, we're shooting this right now. I think Europe is going through another lockdown.
Yes, I think I heard something.
So there's some stuff going on right now, something brewing. The sound is mixed, there's a slight autofocus adjustments, blah, blah. Okay, she's giving me a little bit of little things here and there. The important thing is...
We'll have the credits at the end of this reaction.
Yeah, there's some credits here. I couldn't find them, but I'll put them in the description. She does some post-processing with the audio, so it sounds a little bit better, and I'll put who did that in the description as well. So it should sound pretty good. So we're going to hear basically a studio version and then a live version of him singing the same song.
Okay.
And for covers, I've said this before, because we did do Queen covers with him before, and interesting enough with the Queen covers, I didn't like them right away. I liked them more. What I did at the end was I overlaid his version from the Highlander movie with his audio.
You did.
And when I did that, I recognized that I liked it a lot. I liked it so much more.
Really?
So, and I started to hear the nuances in his performance. So I'm going to try to pay attention to that here.
Okay.
But whenever you do a cover, I don't know about you, but I've said this before, there's certain parts of an original song, especially when you're doing a song like this, which I have to say is a perfect song. What John Lennon did was perfect. Okay.
Really though, and is his. Go ahead. I don't want to.
No, go ahead. Because I'm just saying the simplicity of the song with the piano, it lends itself to what it is.
Yeah.
And for me, and I know you know this song. I think everyone in the world knows this song. But for me, this has always felt like
An
I Have a
anthem.
Dream.
Yes.
Martin Luther King
that.
speech
Baby.
kind of song.
Absolutely.
And the key moments that I come for in a song. But it's like I tell you, when you do a cover, you can't remove the most important elements
Well, I
of that
say
cover.
that. I said.
Well, I think we both agree in this sense.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And for
Muy
me,
importante.
similar to like the Righteous Brothers. What's that song? Unchained Melody. Okay. Unchained Melody, right? So I tell you, if you don't hit that note at the top, that peak, that crescendo, then I can't really listen to your cover because I can't enjoy the song without it. It's right. You can't leave that out.
Yeah.
Now you could do something dramatic, like the way Typo does their covers, where they change it completely to where it's damn near a different song. Okay, so
They did, yes.
One, I will
Typo-
touch you more.
Thank
Two,
Typo did that.
right.
Oh.
But you could almost argue, well, it's a different song, and I like it too. But now I
Yeah.
can like both, right? And both can
Exactly.
exist. But
Yes.
it's almost like one was inspired by the other, and not so much as a cover as just a reimagining,
Right. Yeah.
I'm okay with that when you do it right.
You do it right.
But when
Yes.
if you're doing a cover or an homage, it's important for me anyway, and y'all can have your own opinion, that when you're singing the living in life in peace.
Hold it.
So so I need that. So I need that. I need it where it's supposed to
I
be.
hope you get it, baby. I hope he give it to you.
So long story short, this is the kind of stuff I'll be looking for.
Okay.
So I'm ready to listen.
I'm ready to listen. I'm wondering if he's gonna have like some
Say it for me, baby.
Vibrato.
Vibrato. I'm wondering if he's
For someone who has vibrato, you have a hard time pronouncing it.
Baby, I just learned that word. Okay.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do.
So good.
Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one.
Yeah.
You know, the song is just so beautiful, and Jarkko's voice is beautiful.
Yeah.
He had to hold back a little bit singing this song.
You have to, though.
You have to.
You have to. That's the thing. I'm afraid, like, anytime I hear Floor or Jarkko sing about, you know, take on a song like this, because they're doing a lot of covers on their channels and
Yeah,
stuff. I'm always afraid that maybe they'll oversing it.
Yes.
Because you do have to
You
kind
can tell
of
he had to
be
hold back a little bit,
controlled.
a lot of bit.
And that's the price you pay for having a giant
I
voice.
know, Jarkko.
Because, you know, John Lennon doesn't have a giant voice.
He does not.
He has a very sweet voice.
Uh-huh.
Jarkko has a giant voice.
He does.
So he can easily just destroy.
Oh my God. Yes.
And he doesn't have to try very hard to push
doesn't.
a lot of that air out.
He really doesn't.
So
He's
yeah,
just
I'm glad he was
brilliant.
reserved, because that's kind of the energy of the
He's
song.
really amazing. He really, really is.
It's meant to be reflective.
And you know, I can honestly, and this is not about, I'm sorry, when I think of Jarkko, I think of Marco. Hayatella. And I feel that if he were to replace, no one can replace him, but if he would be in his position, he could pull it off.
Well, that's because Marco is a big voice.
Yes.
Big voice
yes.
fellow as well.
But
Yeah.
Jarkko can he has different layers too.
Yeah.
Which is so beautiful about his ability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, but it just, Jarkko's vibe seems to be like, he just loves being this solo artist who just loves doing whatever the hell he wants to do.
Exactly. And I'm all for
I want to
it.
cover this. I want to do
Do
that.
whatever
I want to go on this
want.
game show. I want to like he's doing like these things that typical, like, I don't see the thing that's a
So
little fascinating about like Finland and stuff is you don't see the same kind of things that like are stars do.
They're much more down to earth, number one.
Well, I see they're on a lot of game shows.
Yeah, and they're grounded.
It's like almost like in America, it would look like you're auditioning, like you're, you know what I mean, like you're
the ego though of Americans.
Right.
It's an ego thing, you know.
Yeah.
And like for example, to see back in the day, now you can see celebrities in commercials and shit. You know, we never saw them in commercials. You know, they'll be like considered sellouts. Like, oh, you know, that means you're a D-celebrity. If you're on a commercial, you're considered a D-celebrity, and that's not the case anymore, you know?
Yeah.
But now, I mean, I just feel that the celebrities in the United States are more egotistical, and you have to come to their level, or I
feel like that's the way it's always been in America. But that's why it
But
seems so weird for someone like
and-
me to see that.
Exactly.
For an artist. Yeah.
It feels really good to see that because you feel like you can connect to these people much more than they're normal people. We're all normal people, right? At the end of the day. So I think it's beautiful.
I'm trying not to see things from like a constant American. Like one thing I realize is like when I talk about politics, when I'm talking about things, I'm always talking from the American perspective.
Yeah.
And we have this international audience, and it's like I start to realize like not everything revolves around America. You know.
It doesn't.
And it's you gotta keep that in mind, and particularly when we're doing like Japanese music, like ex-Japan and stuff, we learn like this is a completely different market that is completely unknown unless you're within that Japanese market, and it's just a completely different world.
I agree.
So I'm learning a lot. This adventure is taking me places. So
it's wonderful, baby.
So that was good. I mean, again,
that was good. I mean, listen.
I think it's impossible. Just like with Queen, I think it's impossible to beat the original. When you have a perfect song, you could only, you could only allow us to enjoy it. I don't know if you can surpass a perfect song. It's already perfect.
I will say that the song is simplistically perfect as it is. And I will say that I enjoyed.
But I do like the cello.
And
I do
appreciated
like the extra
cello.
instruments. Yeah, that was nice.
And the flute.
Yeah.
That was a sweet added touch.
Yeah. The little energy at the end.
Absolutely.
He gave a little oomph, and that's what I was looking for. Was giving he still got to put his little stamp on it. So giving that little oomph there is just.
He did that. He did that.
Because you still have to know you're not listening to the original. You're listening to Jarkko's version of it. So to not hear Jarkko, or for Jarkko to not put something of his in it, also doesn't make sense. You know, my important thing is just you don't lose those little sweet moments.
Strip away the
essence of what the original had.
And I will say that there was a sweet moment when John Lennon says "you."
Yeah, he does that really well.
He does that really, really well.
The thing is, you feel like his genuine feeling of the lyric as if he genuinely believes it.
Yes,
which he did, of course.
Absolutely, yes. Beautiful video. Bravo, Jarkko. Right. Thank you, Ego. So let's go to the next one.
Let's check out the live version.
Let's see what you got, baby. I mean, I messaged her saying, I don't really know why we have to listen to the live version, but listen.
It's not a long song, so it doesn't
That's what you want? Baby, that's what you're going to get, okay?
Well, it's his first time performing.
I know.
It's his first time in a concert, first time out of COVID.
But she want me to, she wants us to experience the, feeling of it being personal, like we're there in the audience with her and everybody else. She wanted to feel more personal. So we're going
So you are explaining why it makes sense.
I didn't explain. Oh, yeah. I'm explaining why.
Okay.
Look at him.
Audio sounds good.
Really good, baby.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Ooh.
See, this already sounds better.
It's easy if you try.
Yes, baby. Yes.
You feeling the emotion a little bit more.
No hell below us.
Wow.
Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's
Better.
no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion to Perhaps someday you might join us, and the world will leave us one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now you understand?
I get it, baby.
Now you understand?
I get it.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't want to say it in the first one.
Yeah,
I kind of said it when I was talking about emotion
I wanted
from
to
John.
reserve. I wanted to reserve. You know,
this
too
had
much.
the emotion.
This not yes.
This
it had
had
the emotion.
Like he really felt the lyrics.
He felt it. Yes, baby.
There was
yes.
a slight pain, the slight
Yes.
nuance, the slight vibrato,
Yes.
the slight
but
excellent
also,
changes
less
in his.
instrumentation.
Yes, true.
And that also, that's the simplicity.
Well, remember,
that we
also
love.
that first one was an overlay from a different track, so it's not like they were playing together. So maybe he needed to
don't
change his
know.
vocals a little bit to make sure it
I
fit
just
within
know
that track.
This felt more personal.
Yes.
It felt intimate,
Yeah.
and it felt much more heartfelt.
This had it. This had what I was looking for. Yes,
Baby,
this version had it.
Thank you, darling. Thank
Excellent,
you.
excellent.
Thank you. Oh, wow, you did it, baby. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. It was beautiful, well sang or sung. I guess you say well sang.
Well sung. Well sung.
Those two words. Listen, I don't know English.
Don't worry, it's well sung.
It ain't my fault. It's the country that I live in. They don't teach it very well. Okay, but
We are complicated.
hands down, baby, we are complicated, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Hands down, baby. Listen, baby, listen. You're a warrior and you are a princess, okay? You are. You did that. You did that, baby. Beautiful. And also, you did a good job with the recording, Sugar Pie. It's a good recording.
Okay, so I couldn't find it on my Instagram, but I found it here. Because whoever mixed the sound needs to get some credit here, because
Yes.
this was really well done. So obviously Eco did the recording and the cutting, and Michael Arens did the sound production. So Michael Arens, good job.
Good
That
job,
sounded
Michael.
great. And yes, I think this was necessary because
agree.
honestly, I enjoyed the first one. It was slightly underwhelming in the emotion department.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously, he delivers on vocals. He's a great vocalist.
No doubt.
But for that song, because, you know, it was recorded in the 70s. It has kind of a raw sound.
It does. It does. No, I'm saying I'm agreeing.
I know,
yes.
but it sounded like you were questions.
It
Yeah,
does.
it does. It does.
It does.
And so hearing it raw,
Yeah.
hearing the live version, the raw,
Yes.
it kind of comes through and it kind of matches a little bit more. And yes, he hit those little pretty notes.
Yes.
But again, he was adding a lot of his own.
He did that.
And he so much more than in the first one that we heard. So much more leveling of his voice. And so much
Yes.
more weaving of how he was singing
he's
the
had
lyrics.
some practice. You know, I think that probably, you know, bottom line,
It was good. Bottom line, it was good.
It was good, and he felt. You know that when he was singing this live, he was really feeling this.
You
he
could
was
tell.
not just singing it because he could. You know, he sang because it was kind of necessary.
And again, I think he was emotional. You know, again, his
Yeah.
first performance out from COVID, singing it live, he really wanted to deliver, and he did.
Yeah. And you know, anyone that would want to cover a song like this, it has to have some significance and meaning to you for you to want to sing it.
Because it's so damn meaningful, yeah.
Yeah, so he meant that. He meant the words that he was singing. Beautiful job. Beautiful. Imagine, guys. Just imagine.
Excellent.
Imagine. No heaven or hell below us.
Melancholy overall.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Because again, beautiful lyrics, and it's like I'm sure there's some assholes who listen to this and be like, you know, whiny snowflakes singing Kumbaya and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I
I
know.
think overall the majority of human beings on the planet would not dispute, well, maybe the religious part. I would say they wouldn't dispute any of these lyrics, but the religious part. The religious part. People don't understand why.
don't want that.
Why would you have a problem with religion if it helps people or something? Because overall,
Some people-
in generality, keeps us from becoming
It's a
what we need to
division.
become.
It divides us, my loves. It literally divides us.
Because we're not just talking about Christianity. We're talking
No.
about how Jews and Muslims can't get along. We're talking
Right.
about just in general the amount of division that it, like you're saying. And yes, I know within even religions there's even further divisions. Like it's in our nature to divide
So
ourselves.
stupid.
But it's like if we can.
If you can imagine a world without religion, can you imagine? But there are people that believe, most people believe that religion keeps you in line. It keeps you in order.
Okay, let's dig into this. This is going to be the only reaction we're doing this. Let's dig into this. I just want to say this. So, imagine there is no heaven. Why does heaven exist? Heaven exists to control us, to make us think. Well, okay, heaven exists for two reasons.
Right.
It gives us a reason to be good, according to Christians, right? Mm-hmm. Because we've had this conversation with other Christians where it's like when they find out that we're atheists. Well, they're like, because if I wasn't Christian, I wouldn't be good.
We literally had a talk, and I think we told you guys before. Our AC guy, who we adore, he said that if it wasn't for religion, he would not be good. He admitted that.
Right. And that's because I see this all the time. You do not understand where goodness comes from. Because if you think you're good because of religion, you're wrong. You're actually good because you're good. Because religion doesn't stop bad people from being bad.
Not necessarily, baby.
Baby doll. People who are religious,
not necessarily.
If you're religious, it does not stop you from molesting little boys. It does not stop you from killing people. It does not stop you from doing any of the tenets that they do. Because there's different underlying factors that have nothing to do with religion that go on there. People who are good because of religion would have been good without religion. Because they are good for a different reason. They think it's religion, but it's not. It's not.
Breathe, baby. Relax, okay?
It's important for people to understand.
But some people are good because of religion.
I do not believe that.
That's your prerogative to not believe that. I'm telling you what I believe. I don't necessarily believe that is the case. I believe that some people believe that that religion is keeping them from doing bad things. Well, and I say that because they are because of their fear. Baby, I was a Christian myself.
Yeah.
And there are things that I wouldn't do or be afraid to even think of because I was afraid that it was a sin and that I would go to hell for it.
Cool, you brought it up, so now you gotta say what?
Me loving women, that's an abomination.
Again, I'm waiting for something bad.
Baby, I'm saying these things are considered bad.
They're not, but no.
No, they're not bad.
That's what I'm saying.
As far as religion, something bad. It's bad.
Give me something bad.
I'm not a bad person.
Thank you for making my point. Thank you for making my point, because that's my point. It has nothing to do with religion.
But listen, pause though. Check this out. A person that is bad, inherently bad, that is religious. Religion the belief in religion and the repercussions of your sins can scare them straight or can scare them to doing right.
Nope.
I believe it can.
Nope. What they will do is use religion as an excuse to do what it is they want to do.
No.
Which is what they do. This is what they do now today.
Listen,
that people who want to kill in the name of religion because it's super convenient.
But there are people that kill that is not killing in the name of a religion, and they're doing it because it's just inherently in them to want to murder or to rape or to what have you.
That's my point.
Right, but their religion, their belief, their fear in the belief of God is not stronger than the urge to do the bad thing.
Right, because it never is.
Baby.
It never is.
You know that you can't say that, you can't generalize it like that. You can't say that no person in the entire world.
Right, that's not how that works. It's majority, it's proportional.
Right, but I'm saying you can't say that everyone is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, but so give me a number.
I don't have a number. This is a stupid thing
100,
to ask.
1,000, 1 million, still not enough.
Baby.
Think about the population of the planet. So even if 1 million people are good because of religion, not good enough.
Oh no, I'm not.
Not good enough.
What do you mean not good enough? What's not good enough?
That's not enough. That's not enough reason to keep religion around.
Oh no, baby, you're misunderstanding me. I never said. I'm not saying this to say that it's a reason to keep religion around.
No, nothing is in a vacuum.
Are you with me though? Because I'm not saying that.
Well, I want you to be with me because there's nothing in a vacuum. So when I say no one, nothing is no one. You could always find use cases. We're talking whenever we speak this way, we're speaking majority. We're speaking most. We're speaking.
Right. Okay, so
we're speaking in numbers that matter.
Expressing my point of view about this is not me saying that religion makes sense and that religion should exist. I was only responding to what you stated, and that there are some people that believe. I'm saying
we're
on
that
the same page.
I'm saying that number is so small that it's insignificant. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's valid. But I'm not saying what I'm saying to say that religion is good.
Then we agree.
Yes, but I'm saying you hyping yourself up way too hard.
This has nothing to do with me.
Baby, but when you look at the recording back,
with me.
You like barking at me real heavy.
Actually, we're barking at each other. That's what we do.
Listen.
We're debate bros right now.
Listen,
okay, we're having a debate.
Listen. But yes, of course, religion should just die. Should not exist. It should not exist.
Okay, well, we already made that claim. I'm trying to explain what would happen if that were to happen.
If we didn't have religion?
Right, because I'm trying to break this down now, okay?
I'm fucking
so I would
up.
appreciate it if you don't overcomplicate things.
Okay.
Okay? I get it's complicated, but I need you not to overcomplicate it, okay?
Baby, I did that. I did that. I will
So-
give you that. Okay.
So, to get back on track.
I will not have an
it-
opinion about
on the-
shit.
No, feel free to have an
But
opinion.
no, yeah, I hear what you say. Okay.
Just soften it a little bit. So, that's reason number one, which I think, and I think you agree, is not a valid enough reason.
Oh, absolutely not.
The second reason, to me, is a more important reason, and is something that we have to deal with as a society. And that is the comfort that heaven gives us
Yeah.
when we die, when we pass, whatever. That is the real reason
Yes.
why, anyone makes an argument. And it's a sad argument because for those who simply can't believe because we know it's not real, we don't have that comfort. So now we're here
We gotta be like hanging in limbo, like,
hanging in limbo.
what about us?
I would love to be brainwashed and think that there's something after this. I would love it. Instead, we have to watch Nightwish videos to learn about, how to deal with the passing of life and loved ones. And it's not easy, but most religious people start at an early age. This is why I say, we have to stop brainwashing our children. If we can start teaching them early on the value of life, I really do believe there is a double-edged sword to believing that there's an afterlife and there's more than this, because you see Muslim extremists use this argument all the time that there is something, if they martyr themselves, they get this or that.
Oh my God.
There's always a downside to every upside, and I think overall as a society, if we start teaching our children from beginning that this is the only life that we have and this is the only one that matters, I think we start to change the way we perceive reality and life, and we start to look at it as the important and beautiful thing that it is.
Right.
It's strange because it's not important and it's the only thing that is important, right? Because it's not important in the grand scheme of the universe, right? Where the sun will burn out, this all will stop existing, blah blah blah. But right now, within this sphere, like, this is, as a result of it not being important, makes it the most important thing in the world, because the moment that we're in now suddenly becomes the only thing of value, because of nothing else at the end of the day matters other than this moment that we're able to experience it. Because if you can't experience it, then it doesn't exist. So here we are experiencing it, and that suddenly gives it a different value that is so much more impressive and so much more intense and so much more necessary to suddenly realize that we should be devoting all of our energy into making everyone's lives as beautiful and as wonderful of an experience as possible, because it's the only one they have. If we believe that there's another one, then it's easy to dismiss people dying of starvation and hunger. So they'll get it, they'll be reincarnated into something better next time. It's such an easy cop-out. You get what I'm saying? And again, I know it's not easy, because then that means we have to grip with the reality of death. Boo fucking who, because I don't think religious people still want to die. Okay, it still hurts to lose people you love one, even if you're imagining them in heaven, you still would prefer them here on earth, right? So I don't think it's that big of a stretch, and I think that the overall good outweighs the bad. That's my opinion on that.
I agree. Moving forward.
And that's the very first line of the damn song, and a very important line. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky.
Only sky.
Again, why does
Only
hell
sky.
exist? Hell exists as the counter
Yes,
to scare
to
people
scare
into
you.
control.
Of
That is
course,
all.
that's
The
it.
only purpose of hell
I was
is to
afraid,
control
man.
people. Tell them they'll go to hell, and you can get them to do whatever you want if they believe you. That's simple. Hell is the easiest thing to get rid of, because it is the dumbest thing and is the most obvious thing. A means of control. Okay? Above us only sky. Imagine all the people
Well, that's
living
why I created this background.
for
right?
today.
Only
Yes,
sky.
indeed. And beautiful sky with glittering gold, because apparently that's what...
We want a rainbow in our life. What are you talking about?
I'm talking
Rainbows
about
are fun.
what is that, gold rains? Anyway,
Moving forward.
imagine all the people living for today.
Yeah.
That-
Ahora.
That's what I'm talking about. Once you get rid of religion,
Oh, yeah.
realize that this is the only thing that matters, suddenly you must now live for today. And when you start to realize, when you start to empathize...
When you start to live for today, you really start living.
Right, but when you start to empathize with the value of your own life, you start to
Yeah.
empathize with the value of other
Of
people's
others,
lives.
exactly. Yeah.
Imagine there are no countries. It's hard to do. Now that one's hard because, this is a system that's been set up over hundreds of years. You can't just get rid of borders. And there's economies. There's a lot to go on there. Yeah. But we can get rid of borders, not like on a real level. Like we can't like obviously make this world into one thing. But we could certainly become a coalition similar. I mean, all nations have allies. Imagine if we were just all allies and we all just came together to share economy and wealth and just made sure that one doesn't have another. Because what is these wars? What is the fight for resources? This has been as old as time itself. And that's what causes the killing and the border defense and all this stuff, because you don't want someone taking what you have. So it requires trust, which is something we don't have because we have too much division from things like religion and ideology and things like that. So obviously not easy to do. That's much harder than getting rid of religion, is getting rid of countries. That's going to be much harder to do. I certainly think religion over time will just die out because it just is absurd.
I don't think so. Religion will be here when we're gone. Okay.
You know, I agree with you. It'll probably change in some form.
It will. I was just thinking.
But people will always need
something more.
Yeah, there's always a percentage of the population which is significant that does require some sort of comfort and explanation and simply cannot deal with reality. Right. And if we don't, you know,
I can't deal with reality all the time, which is why I craft, why I play video games, why I turn into a baby at night. Hey. It's easy.
Remember I said don't overcomplicate things?
It's easy.
You're not making it easy.
I'm sorry.
So, you're not escaping reality when you craft. You're not escaping reality. You're
diving too. I'm not escaping reality.
You are creating.
Yes.
You are feeding your artistic desires because you are an artistic person. The same way I feed my mental desires because I tend to, you know, that's how I enjoy life.
You're a cerebral person.
Again, however you want to describe it, but I mean, you like to create.
I do. It makes me happy.
I like to consume.
You do.
All right, so
consume and then, food and consume.
You should be one to talk. Careful. You should be one to talk.
That is correct.
So you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Spoiler alert, beautiful. Hasn't happened yet.
Has not happened yet.
Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. Yeah, now, possessions.
I cannot imagine that.
I can tell you.
Possessions are so great, so fun.
Yeah, but they're also a source of stress because once you have something, you have the fear of losing it.
It's horrible.
Right. And that is something that we all have to come to terms with. And there's a great portion of people who free themselves of possessions, and that's fine. I respect that. I love possessions. I like things because, again, because I feel like this world is meant to be experienced, and we have to experience it to the fullest of our ability. There's no limit to what someone enjoys, right? I mean, a possession could be as simple as, let's say, if you like to live free of the city and you move to a cabin. I mean, that cabin is your possession. There's always going to be some sort of possession.
Yeah.
Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Okay. You said give it to you? Oh my goodness.
This is my possession.
Okay. That is a possession, sure.
My possession.
Okay, that is a sentimental keepsake.
Yes.
Okay. But
continue. I'm distracted. Sorry. I'm
distracting.
Okay. But yes, the possessions.
The problem, there's two things. So possession is what possession causes fear.
Right.
Fear of losing those possessions.
Okay.
We have people turn to corruption in order to maintain possessions. Okay.
That is true.
Corruption is one of the biggest issues, certainly in American politics, but world politics in general. It pretty much goes everywhere. We have corrupt Democrats, corrupt Republicans, and a lot of these things that we're talking about in the tenets of this song, where, for example, lowering drug prices and making universal health care can't be done because of corruption, because as long as you have these insurance companies paying, having these lobbyists and paying off our politicians, no one is ever going to be motivated because, again, they're trying to consume that money, and again, that money buys for these possessions. So it's anytime you're talking about like things like this, it's about these extreme cases where it's literally at the detriment of humanity that people are becoming, amassing so much wealth in such a small proportion of the population, while everyone else is struggling for scraps.
Yeah.
It's a sad situation, and it leads us to the next line, which is no need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man or woman, so a brotherhood of people.
Yeah.
So imagine all the people sharing all the world. Can't be done. Can't be done because there's always going to be a large majority of the population who live in fear-based ideology.
Yeah.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one.
Yeah.
Fear. That's what it comes down to.
When COVID first struck us in the United States, people were so greedy and so selfish that they were buying all the toilet paper, all the paper towels, like everything, just not thinking about nobody but themselves. So gross, so greedy, and just
Fear is one of the most. It's one of our most basic and most important.
Yeah.
Right? Like fear is important for survival, right?
Of course, yeah.
The fear that an animal has instinctually, the moment it just pops out, is there for a reason.
Of course.
Right? When we become this apex thing on this planet, where we're able to manipulate terrain and environment and animals and even people to our wills and whims, there's nothing we have to really fear other than ourselves. And that's exactly what happens. We start to fear each other because
Yes, baby, you're right.
and on the one hand I understand fear. On the other hand, it's like, imagine you have two people in a room, right? This person's a stranger to you.
Okay.
And there's a gun between you on a table. Do you reach for the gun or do you leave it there?
I reach for the gun.
Why?
Fear.
You don't know what the other person's going to do,
I don't know what
right?
they're going to do, right? So I'd rather be protected.
And it's like,
What would you do?
there's a lot of variables. So I would like to think that I can have a snap, because you know how you have a ting of whether something's dangerous or not?
You mean instinctual?
Yeah.
You have instincts?
Yeah, like a little spidey sense. I would hope that I could start a dialogue from the very beginning.
Oh God, you'd be surprised that just just like that. Just listen.
So it depends, because I don't know. So again, it depends how close are we to the gun, right? So of course, if we're like right there in front of the gun, of course I go for it, because I know I'm not going to shoot the guy. I don't know if the other guy's going to shoot the guy. He's thinking the same thing.
Okay, so the answer's changed. So yes, you will. Okay.
So again, it really depends. Like I created my own hypothetical, and then you made it overcomplicated, which is good, because I like that you're asking me that, because again, I didn't give you like, are you directly in front? Let's say you're 10 feet away, right?
Baby, listen. If there's a gun anywhere in my vicinity, my goal will be to find a way to get to that gun before anybody else does. Because I need to have some kind of, I just don't trust the other person. I can't trust the other person. I don't know the other person.
Now, what if that
really
person
trust
looks in
myself.
your eyes and then backs in the other direction?
I will still go to get that gun.
Damn.
Yes, I will still get the gun.
That person will have a heart attack, because they are showing you that they're not a threat.
I don't care.
You dangerous? You make everything so hard.
How? I'm being honest. I mean, listen.
This is exactly why none of these lyrics matter, because seeing eye to eye with the entire population of a world of this many people is just fucking impossible.
It is. Well, to say the lyrics don't matter, that's not fair. That's like diminishing the guy's intent and purpose. I wouldn't say that it doesn't matter. It does matter.
It's pie in the sky. It's pie in the sky. Religion's always, like you say,
what the hell is pie in the sky?
It's not gonna happen, okay? It's not gonna happen, because
It's
again,
not going to
like you say,
happen.
religion's is not gonna,
It's not gonna happen, but I mean, Wishful thinking.
Religion's not going to go away. People are not going to stop being
We are all
afraid of
dreamers.
each other.
We're dreamers.
People are not going to just going to continue to overreact. People are going to continue to create their own realities. People are going to continue.
So you say I'm wrong to take the gun?
If the person is trying to show you that they're not a threat, they're trying to prove it to you.
But you know, the thing is, what if someone else comes into that same space?
I didn't tell you there was another person. I just said it was
But
you.
you have to think outside of that, though. You can't just think in the moment.
The moment
now.
the person backs away, I start a dialogue.
Right, but someone else can come into that space.
Right, then you could say, I have no intention of using this gun on you, but my concern is someone else comes in here, so I'm just gonna go over there, take the gun. I don't want you to be scared or alarmed or anything.
Well, baby, you are. Listen.
Then the person's gonna be like,
of course, if this is a real world, I would try to talk and have a dialogue.
no,
of course.
Then the person's gonna be like, no.
He's
Okay,
hiding his- oh
in that
my
case,
God.
I'll take the gun. You stay there. Because I agree with you.
So you would
and I
trust
want
them, you would let them be okay
no,
with taking it?
then you both start running for the gun,
Right,
and one of
and
you
that's
shoots
the
each other.
point. Exactly.
And now you understand why this song doesn't matter.
No, the song. Don't dismiss this. Don't do that. Don't do that. But no, I mean, because you just never know. There are too many variables. You can't just think, oh, well, we're Gucci.
I don't know why we turned this
Gucci
into
gang,
like
Gucci
a
gang.
Saw movie.
This is stupid.
we're
This
just-
is literally feeling like a Saw movie, and I'm over it. I don't like Saw movies, but I do like to watch them. I'm a liar. See, I'm a sinner.
But you're not the
Listen.
only one. All right, let's wrap it up.
Listen, moving forward, not sideways. Baby, thank you so very much for your love and support, for wanting us to.
What'd we solve? Nothing.
Shut! I'm talking to my baby. We're here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sugar Pal. Okay?
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun.
All right, babies. Thank you all so very much. We got a lot of juicy, fun stuff coming up for you guys next year. Okay? And I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, stick around for the credits. I'm gonna put them on the end.
Yes. Thank you all so very much. I hope you guys are doing well. Be good to yourselves and those around you. And we'll see you on the next reaction, right?
Yeah. Would you like them to like the video and subscribe?
Yes. I hope you guys
If you
enjoyed the
feel like
reaction. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Comment below. Do not leave without subscribing. But also do share our content as
I
well.
mean, if we don't say it, they won't do it, right?
They won't do
That's
it.
how that works?
They won't. They won't. All right.
All right, guys.
Click the bell.
To get notified.
Yes,
yeah.
and as always, keep it metal. Metal forever, baby. I love you guys. Love you, Ego.
Adios,
Princess.
amigos. Love y'all.
This is fun.
Oh, and happy Thanksgiving
Happy Thanksgiving, yes.
to those that celebrate. Again,
Listen,
I'm doing that American
we are
thing again.
all- You're right.
I'm doing that American thing again.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yes.
Forget I said anything.
Well,
Bye.
I don't know what else to say. It's okay. This is a wrap.